Very good morning, guys. Welcome back. I hope I'm audible to all present in the class. Acknowledge me, yes. Great. So far, we have understood the concept of collections in Java, and it's time to proceed ahead. Few more associated left out concept is what we may have to see. Everyone? Hmm. Yes, no, maybe. And if someone is new today, just to tell you, give you insight, we have covered few things, many things from the scratch, and we are continuing the journey here. Okay. If you just watch whatever we have covered so far, it will make much sense to you that where we are right now. Okay, now? Great. All right, guys, just focus here. Whatever we have seen, quick summary, then we will see on the different types of sorting techniques which we have here. And then we shall move towards the maps concept. Okay. So the classes which we have discussed so far, the predefined classes which are there, they are array list. Then we have linked list. Then we have array DQ, array DQ, priority queue, tree set, hash set, linked hash set. All of you would agree with that? Yes, everyone? No doubt there. Yeah? Okay, great. What is the internal data structures or algorithms they may have to follow? It is dynamic array data structure, dynamic array data structure, doubly linked list, doubly linked list, double-ended queue, double-ended queue, minimum heap, tree set, binary search tree, hashing, hashing. All of you would agree with it? Hmm. Next parameter I want to check is order of insertion preserved or what? Order of insertion preserved. How many classes preserve the order of insertion, guys? Dynamic, array list, will it preserve order of insertion? Linked list, array queue, and how about the priority queue? Highest priority element available at the front of the collection. Tree set, hash set, linked hash set, hashing plus order of insertion is preserved. I hope everyone it is making sense. To avoid the problems, let me write it. Okay. Okay. This is great. And then iterator method. Do we have in all the classes? No issues. It's there in everything. How about list iterator? List iterator. Only in the array list, linked list. Rest of the classes, it is not. All of you. Index-based insertion. Index-based insertion. Array list, linked list. In queue, can someone get in middle? Priority queue, tree set, hash set, linked hash set. Making sense, everyone? This is what we have already learned. Yeah. Duplicate values, duplications, duplicate data. We have checked this also, if you could able to recall. Array list, linked list, array queue, priority queue. How about tree set, guys? Hash set. How about linked hash set? Fine. Set-based classes will not allow. Null value, null data. How many of them will allow? Null data. That means if you add any null, that means in real time, whenever you're collecting something, if null value comes to you, can that collection hold? Can that collection hold? It is like directly null value, we will not be writing it. That situation will not come wherein you may have to write the null value. I will say here al2 dot add. What happens is sometimes it will just like you are trying to retrieve some object. If it is not given, the object reference will be null. For example, guys, for example, I'll create here reference of some object. Example, let me write one class here, class T. Okay, now I will say here private T type of T. Right now inside T, we have not added any value. That means what value will be present? Null value will be present. So I'm waiting someone to add auto wire dependency injection, someone to inject. They have not yet injected. So in that case, can I add that null value? Such reference variable can I add is the meaning. Are you getting it? So right directly null, no one will add. But we might add the reference or object for which a real object has not been injected. It has just null value. So it is allowed or not, I want to check. If I add in the array list, it is allowing me, guys. Array list is allowing me. How about linked list? I will try to add it. And I will add here null value. I will just try to run it. It is allowed here also. Null value is getting added. And array DQ, all the DQ and tree set will not allow. Let me just see here. Dot add null object. That means such a reference variable who doesn't have actual object. That's the meaning of it. If I have to run here, it is giving you exception called as null pointer exception. Not allowed. Very, very important. And periodic queue also not allowed. If I have to say here pq dot add null, it is not allowed here also. You cannot add such an object without any reference. Okay. See, null pointer exception, not allowed. All of you. I'll go back here. Tree set, not allowed. Tree set dot add null pointer exception. If I have to run here, not allowed. Same problem. Hash set and link hash set, it is allowed. No problem there. Hash set also you can add. Linked hash set also you can add. There is no problem there. Okay. Such a object which doesn't have the real object, such a reference which doesn't have a real object. That's the meaning of it. It is allowed here. So guys, null value you can add in array list, linked list, you can add in the hash set, linked hash set, but you cannot add such a object, such a reference which doesn't have the real object. It has a null default value. So it is not allowed in such cases. Fine. Guys, what is the default value of string? It is also null. Any object, the default value is null if you don't add it. So string also, if you have a reference without data, if you try to add here, it will also not work. It will lead to null pointer exception. Is it fine to all present in the class? Yes? All of you? So these are the important quick revision for all the 7 classes. If you just look at this by the glance itself, you should be able to revise what is the specialty, so that you will be in a position to understand what is happening behind the scene. Fine? Yeah? No. Guys, if there is any operation you want to perform in array, normal array in Java, do we have any, like, can you do it directly by using the same class? Is it even possible? Not possible. So do we have a utility class? Utility class. It is arrays. For collection, we have predefined classes in every class which we are using. Every class has its own theme, own purpose, whatever we use them. Like all of them are following different data structures. They have their own special methods which you can perform. Do we have any utility class for the collection? Do we have any utility class for the collection? The answer is yes. The name of the class is collections. Collections. Guys, whenever people say collection, 3 things are there here which you need to understand. Collection in general. That means collection of data in one place. Map also comes there only. Right now, map is a not of collection, a hierarchy which we have learned. But if you take in the context of general collection in Java, collection of data in one place, map is also part of it. Array is also part of it. Whatever we have learned so far, it's also part of it. But if they are telling collection on the context, it is an interface. Do you all agree on this? Interface, which is a child interface of iterable. Everyone in the class, do you all agree? Collections in Java is a class, predefined class, utility class to support the operations on the collection of data. So there are collections means there could be a technical meaning. Collections is a class, collection is an interface. Technically, if you have to talk, collection is an interface. Collections is a class. But in general, sometimes collection may be collection of data. It could be map also. It could be array also. It could all the classes which we have learned so far. Are you able to differentiate between them, everyone? Yes, no, maybe. All of you present in the class? No issues? Collection, utility, collections is a class. Collection is an interface. Collections is a class. In the process, we may have to understand 2 important interfaces which are there. Comparable, comparator. These 2 important interfaces also we may have to understand in the process. Now, my dear friends, everyone present in the class, you can understand this, whatever I'm going to discuss from now, only if you have attended Java, full Java, and if you have attended the collection topic. That means if you are a Java developer, you can understand this, and others just watch whatever we have covered. You will also be in a position to understand once we start the discussion. Is that fine? Everyone present in the class? All of you? Let's go here in my collection. I'll go back here and I'll create some class. Whatever class name you want, you can create. I'll go back. I'll go right click, new. I'll say class. I will say here launch collections one. Understand this, collections is a predefined class. I would like to go here. Fine. I have also showed you multiple ways to create a collection. Normal usual way to create the collection is this. You all know that. I will say here new array list. If you want to achieve type safety, generic is optional or generic is mandatory. Type safety if you want to achieve. Mandatory. I will say here list type of array list or list, whatever you want, you can give. Array list. Int is a type of operations I want to perform. Okay. Normal some data I will add. Dot add 100 I will add. I will say list dot add 50 I will add. Kindly understand this. List dot add 150. List dot add 25. List dot add. Okay. I'll say 75. Some data, any random data, it could be integer objects are getting added. Okay. 125. My dear friends, I'm just printing it. Just tell me, array list, will it preserve the order of insertion? Will it preserve the order of insertion? See here. It will preserve. No doubt. I will say here list dot sort. Do we have any sort method? If we have also comparator, it is expecting me to give. Only one option is available. Now, if not, we have some class here. Not just this operation, you can perform any operation. I'll go back and say here collections dot, I'll say not launch collection, guys. Collections is the class. I'll say collections dot. So many methods are there. And at the top of that, we have yes written. And I'm using the class name. That means what type of methods they are, dear friends? What type of methods they are? Static methods. I will say one method here called as sort. Sort, we have two things. With just you have to pass your collection name, that to list, or you have to implement comparator interface. Comparator interface. Either of this. It is a part of java.util.collections class. I'm going to give sort. After sort, I will just say system.out.println list. Before sorting, after sorting, what is the case? Please understand. My dear friends, here, before sorting, this was the case. After sorting, this was the case. Is it able to sort your collection? Very easy. Yes. If you want, you can go and open the declaration. You can check what is there here. In the sort method, what logic they have written. What are all logics they have written, this predefined classes, please check it. You'll get a better idea about it. Okay, for binary search, how they are writing the logic. Okay, this is done by not me. It is all coding done by Java JDK team. I hope at least that much everyone knows in the class. Yeah. Let me just close all the files which we have done so far. Okay, we'll focus on what we have to learn right now. Find your friend. Not just this, it could be of any type. Maybe I'll create one more collection. One more collection I will create. And this time the collection must be of string type, not integer type. It must be of string type. Name of the collection, I would like to give it as list2. Done. I will say here list2 dot add. Any string type of data I will add. For an instance, I'll say here Java. I'll say list to dot add. I will say here alien. Lisco substitution principle, and it will be sorted in that order. Swapping, I hope everyone knows how sorting works. Based on that only, here also the sorting will happen. I will say here spring. Okay. Whatever you want to give, it's up to you. I will say list to dot add. Maybe I'll say here JUnit. All right, guys. Now I will check system.out.println list2. Will it preserve the order of insertion? The answer is yes. It will preserve the order of insertion. I'll go back here and I'm printing the star as a division. If you just have to see, order of insertion is preserved. That means in whatever order you are inserting, it is in the same order. Okay. Collections dot sort, I will say. And I will give my collection name, which is list2. List2. After sorting, I will say system.out.println list2. If I just have to run this, see guys, it is sorting. All of you, any data in that matter. But guys, right now, whatever is there in your collection, it is very simple data. Just one string, just one integer, just one real number. But so far, whatever classes we have attended, don't you think we may have to add in our collection employee object also, student object also, alien object also? Yes, no, maybe? All of you? It could be anything, right? Example, I'll go back here. I'll say right click. I'll say here, launch complex sorting 1. Understand this. Okay. Very carefully, everyone present in the class. Great. I'll go back. I'll say here class cricketer. Any class in that matter, not just cricketer, any class. I will say integer type of age, maybe string type of name, and maybe I'll say here double type of average. Okay, all of you. Let me add some data. If someone wants, they can add through the setter or through the constructor. I will add through the constructor. Easy to add. I will not be having much setters and getters. Just in case if the data is added or not, if I want to know if the data is added or not, if I want to know, for that purpose, I will just add here one toString method. You all know setters, getters, everything will be there. You know the general understanding, but the purpose is not that. So I'll just add only required simple things in my object. Okay, everyone? Yes, no, maybe? All of you present in the class. Simple object is there right now. Guys, inside my cricketer object, how many parameters are there? Could you please tell me? How many parameters are there? 3 parameters are there. Great, great. I'll go back here. I will just create 3 objects. Cricketer type, C1 equals to new cricketer. I will add it. Cricketer. I hope you all getting where this discussion I am leading to. Age, I will add it as maybe 35. I will say here Virat. I will say here 88.8. Okay. Likewise, I'll create 2 more objects. I'll give it as cricketer number 2, cricketer number 3. Any number of objects you can create, that should not be a problem. Maybe I'll say age as 36. I will say here Rohit. Maybe I'll say here 68. I will say here any age in that matter. Maybe 39. I will say here Dhoni. Okay. It's not a competition or battle between guys. Randomly I'm adding. I don't know their data. I don't know their stats. Okay. Take it on a lighter note because cricket fans are more. You should not be like my favorite cricketer, this or that. Okay. We are all mature enough for that. Random example I'm taking. I'm going to add, can I create a collection of cricketer object, guys? Any problem to anyone? Can we add cricketer type of data? Cricketer, I'll say here, any name of the collection equals to new array list. And I'm going to add the cricketer type of data. All of you present in the class? Yes. Great. I will say here list dot add. I'm going to add whatever cricketer objects we have. Cricketer number 1, 2, and 3. All right. 2, 3. 2, I'll say 3. You write linked list only, Shushmita, no problem. You write whichever class you want. You use any of the collection class. You feel comfortable. Every collection has its own speciality. We have discussed that in depth. And guys, disclaimer I've given 10 times. 11th time I'll give you disclaimer. Normal Java is sufficient for Spring Boot, or strong core Java is required for Spring Boot. If someone knows core Java, just knows core Java, is it recommended to attend Spring classes? You don't attend my classes. Spring is the most easiest framework. It's a cakewalk. Nothing is there. You will not face difficulty except in some configuration part. One-time setup. Predefined classes you'll use for some configurations, for Spring security configuration, Apache Kafka configuration, batch processing configuration. That is one-time setup issue. Apart from that, nothing is there. But the problem is, I know core Java partially. Don't attend the classes. You are not eligible. You don't know core Java. That's the meaning of it. Now, guys, I'm adding any issues since I'm going to print now this list. Since I have overridden the toString method inside the cricketer class, if I print the collection, data will be added, and what will be visible? Hash code will be visible. The actual data will be visible. toString method I have overridden. Actual data. Thank you so much for your response. Guys, we are getting it. Data is there. Great. Guys, in the last example, I'm sorting, but it is only integer type of data. It is only string type of data. Very easy to sort. It is sorting also. But this time, I'll ask, please sort what? Cricketer. I will say, sort this. I'll say collections. You have a great method. Collections. Dot sort. You have a great method with you. Sort what to sort? Sort this list. Now I'm getting error immediately. This type of collection is not applicable. Compiler is like confused. Like how to sort? Inside cricketer, we have integer type of value. We have double type of value. We have string type of value. Based on what I have to sort, I don't know. How can I sort? You decide based on the age you sort. How can I do that? I don't know. Are you all getting it? Everyone present in the class? Yes, no, maybe. I don't know this time. I will not sort. Compile time error. Very clear compile time error here. Very clear. I don't do that. Then what to do? You have to tell me how to sort. How do we tell that if there is a complex object, how to sort? How should I tell you? You tell me. Then the Java will ask you, you have to tell by implementing two of the interfaces. Number one, comparable interface. Number two, comparator interface. Implement any of these two interface and tell me that how should I sort. I will take care of sorting. Now two interfaces are there, comparable and comparator. They are functional interfaces. Now I will tell them. First, I will tell them how to sort using the normal approach. Guys, how to implement an interface, guys? It's a predefined interface, guys. Java team has coded. By implementing the method of that interface, you are communicating how to sort. That's it. Three ways are there to implement an interface. Which are the three ways? Can anyone tell me in the class? 3 ways to implement the interfaces. Which are those 3 ways? Three ways to implement an interface, especially a function interface. Can you implement by using implements keyword, guys? Hey, people are not asking. Don't attend the class, guys. I will not even take advanced Java classes if you don't answer. Second, number third. Oh, all of you agree on this? Yes or no? If your answer is no here, on your screen, right side down, there is a button. Inside that button, something is written. What is written? Can anyone confirm me? What is written? Leave meeting. So if people don't know this, can they understand even if they sit? Can they understand even if they sit? I'm going to implement one predefined interface. Three ways are there. If they don't know how to implement the interface, can they sit, guys? Is it even eligible to sit? So guys, we have already discussed how to implement an interface, normal interface and functional interface. All we have seen it. Okay. So if you don't know, what you have to do is on your course dashboard, live class recordings are already available. You just have to watch it. Finish. Okay now? Now I'll implement in all three ways. Okay. Will you mind, guys, if I implement in all three ways? No, right? I'll create my own class name, Alpha. Alpha is not a predefined class name. You can give your girlfriend name also. If you have a phobia of naming any name, Alpha means don't think, oh, some maths came. No, you give your girlfriend name. If you have the phobias of names, okay, not a problem. Implements. What's the name of the interface? If you ask me, comparator. Comparator. That's the interface I'm going to work first. All of you? Yes, no, maybe. It's a predefined interface, guys. It's a predefined interface. See here, it's a predefined interface. If you want, you can add here what type of data you are working on, cricketer type of data. You can mention. It's a good recommended. Even if you don't mention, not at all a big deal. See here, it is coming from util package. Why am I implementing? Can anyone tell me why part of implementation, guys? Why part of implementation? Can anyone in the class? To sort. Fine. Object 1 is there here, cricketer. Object 2 is there here. Everyone. Now I have to specify what type of object. What type of object. I will say here, everyone present the class. Dot maybe average I want to sort. Okay. Cricketer dot average. Or maybe to support sorting if you have different types of data inside this object. That is 100% correct. Okay. So it is expecting two types of data, guys. Two types of, if you don't add here generics, it will give you as an object. You will have to downcast it. If you give generics, then it will give you directly cricketer. Now what I'm going to do, please see very carefully. If in case, object 1, which is cricketer 1 in my case, dot average. If it is greater than object 2 cricketer 2 dot average. Then I will say return 1. Else I will say return 0 or return -1. Guys, how many of you know sorting here? How many of you know sorting? Don't you think sorting will happen by swapping it two numbers? First two numbers will check. If it is greater or less than, then swap it. Then again, second and third will be checked. If it is really less, then again swap. That's how the sorting will happen, right? I am not writing the logic here. If it is greater, swap. If it is not greater, don't swap. How I'm telling 1 and -1. Internally, sort method will take care of this by looking at this 1 or -1, whether it has to swap or not. That logic has been implemented inside the sort method by Java team. I need not to take care. I just have to give the information based on the average I want to sort. If it is greater, swap. If not, don't. That's the meaning of it. As simple as that. If it is greater, swap. If not, don't swap. That's the meaning of it. Making sense? Now I'm going to say here and say collections dot sort collections dot sort. I'm going to say this. I will have an implementation. Implementation is there. No, this collection name is list. How I have to sort? I will say here alpha type A equals to new alpha. That means I'm going to say inside alpha class information is available. Go and take it. What to sort? List. How to sort? That information is available inside this class. Go and take it. I will just tell. Now see system.out.println. I will say list. Guys, based on average, I'm sorting. Okay. That too in ascending order. If I just have to run this program, okay, there is an error. Oh my goodness. Did I not save this? Oh, alpha class might already be available in this entire package. I'll give it as alpha 1. I'll say here. What's the problem? Why it is? Let me just cross check. The problem is resolved here. I'll go back and say alpha 1, alpha 1. Okay. It's a problem is resolved. Now I would like to go and run this. Guys, are you able to see, guys? Actual data was this. First Virat Kohli because 88. But based on average, first Dhoni came. Sorry, Rohit came. Then Dhoni came. Then Virat came. So based on average, is it able to sort? Yes or no? Everyone present in the class. All of you. Whatever parameters you want, you can give. That's a different case. I'm giving this. Now, guys, is it the only way to implement an interface, guys? Is it the only way to implement an interface? Just tell me. Is it the only way to implement an interface? No, right? Can I do like this also, guys? If you all are with me, can I do like this? I don't want to implement like this. How you will implement? I will implement like this. I will say here, new comparator slash, I will say C slash comparator. What type of data, guys? Cricketer type of data. And guys, I would like to implement this. I would like to implement this. Of course, at the end, semicolon. I will save it. And I'll just have to give here what? I'll just have to give here C. Is it a new syntax or this syntax we have discussed earlier in our classes? The logic is over. I'm just discussing what we have already discussed earlier. Guys, if it is only one abstract methods, what is the best way to provide the implementation? Can anyone tell me? What is the best way to provide the implementation? All of you present in the class? Lambdas. Lambda directly here only I can provide. I mean, this entire implementation here also you can give. No problem. All of you. I will just go here. Take this. Add it here. And I will say equals to first left side parameters required. Guys, left side parameters required. A lambda operator. Then what comes into picture? Implementation. All of you agree? This is how lambda expression is implemented. Parameters required. I will write it here. Then what comes? Implementation. Directly only implementation. All of you present in the class. No method name you have to give. This is something related to lambda expression, whatever code I'm writing. If the code is unique to you, just you have to watch lambda expression videos in our lectures. Nothing you have to do apart from that. I'll go back here. I will comment this part. I've just given the implementation. Out of 3 approaches, if you have watched earlier videos, which one is the most easiest approach to implement any function interface? It's lambda. Very easy. Now, those who don't know lambda, am I eligible to collect extra fees from all of you? because I'm showing you stars in the live class. You need not to go to NASA or ISRO. In the live class itself, stars are being showed to all of you. Yes. Those who understands this, am I doing justice, guys? Is it not a stars and moons and planets if you don't know lambda expression part? Yes or no? All of you are there in the class. Everyone in the class. So do I deserve extra hike? Do I deserve or not? I do deserve. See, is it less than the stars, guys? Is it less than the stars and planets? Oh my God, what is happening here? Suppose someone is there in the class who don't know anonymous inner class, who doesn't understand anonymous inner class. Can they understand this? What is the code here? Can they understand if they don't know anonymous inner class? No way. If they don't know lambda expressions in Java, can they understand whatever code is being written here? Is there any way to understand? No way. No readability is there. Readability is not there. You cannot understand. So, learning every concept of Java is important, or only few concepts are important? Every concept of Java is important, which we have learned so far. In my spring classes also, I'm going to use the lambda expressions extensively. Extensively, if I'm using, you have no escape. You have to go and watch the videos which we have covered there. Is that fine, everyone? Guys, comparator interface, we have to implement which method? We have to implement which method? Compare method. And we have to pass two objects. Two objects. Point number one. Point number two. Whatever the actual target class for which you are sorting performing, in that class, have you done any modification, any changes? Even if this class is not accessible, even if this class is not modifiable, can you perform sorting by implementing comparator interface, guys? The question is, everyone. Because in this class, did I make any changes? Did I make any changes? So even if this class is developed by someone else, I don't have access to modify it. I don't have access to make any changes. By implementing the comparable at the isolated place, can I perform the sorting? All of you present in the class. Now let's go and implement one more part. I'll go and say your class. I will say launch. It's a complex sorting. I will say here complex sorting number 2. I would like to implement this. Okay. Added and added. It's all over. After this, 2 more weeks and then 1 week gap, most probably October 3rd week or up to October 4th week. Mostly up to October 3rd week only, or 4th week if we miss out. 3rd week, we are going to start with the concept of Spring framework. So you have to watch some prerequisites. Now only I have told you JDBC, JUnit, Hibernate, you have to complete before coming to Spring Boot classes. Okay. I'll go back here, guys. Now, I would like to have the same class. I'll go back here and add it. Okay, now, everyone, I will save it. I'll give it as 1 because already it is available. So I have to give it as 1. No problem. And I'll go back and take my collection also. I will create it because it is the same code I'm going to add. I will add this here. I will add this. Of course, I may have to give the name as cricketer1. Cricketer1 in my collection because the class name is already there in the project. That's the reason of it. Okay, done. Simple class. One more way is there to perform the complex sortings. What is that way if you ask me? I will just say here collections dot sort. And I'm going to say here list. Nothing I will say, only list. But error, I will resolve the error. The one more way is to implement comparable. Comparable is implemented wherever the target class is there. The target class which you want to sort, their only implementation implements comparable. 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 What type of data? Cricketer type of data. Cricketer 1, of course. I'll give it as cricketer 1. Saved it. I may have to add one method, guys. Add unimplemented method. I have added. Kindly understand this. Guys, just tell me how many parameters it is expecting. How many parameters? Only one. Because it is getting implemented in the same target class, not a different target class. They can use the concept of this keyword. That's the reason of it. This keyword I can apply here because same object is getting implemented. I will say if in case this dot average is greater than whatever object I'm receiving here, O dot object, O dot object, I mean the average. If that is the case, swap. Swap means return 1. Else, don't swap. Return -1. Finish. Based on this sort method, it will give the logic. You need not worry on this. Everyone, I will just add this. Finish. I need not to make any extra no changes here. That's it. I have just sorted. I'll go back here. System.out.println. I will say sorted list. Please show me. If I just have to run this program. Guys, here, before sorting, average is coming first. After sorting, Rohit is coming first. Are you all getting it? Everyone present in the class? Yes, no, maybe. Now, guys, which one is more, easy? Is it comparable or is it comparator? What you prefer? Comparable is what you're telling. Just tell me, guys, what if the target class is not accessible, not modifiable? In that case, maybe whichever class you want to sort, that class is not there with you. You cannot modify it. You cannot, make any changes there. It's not accessible to you. In that case, comparator. So, which method is there inside the comparator? What's the method name inside the comparator which we may have to sort? It's compare method, wherein we have to pass two objects because it is being implemented outside the target class. Comparable, the method name is compare to method. We have to pass one object because it is implemented in the target class only. Making sense, everyone? All of you present in the class? Yes, no, maybe. Everyone in the class? Any ambiguity to anyone? Any ambiguity, guys? No ambiguity? All good so far? Now, what are the concepts left out? We have map to be discussed in the collection, in the area of collection. Map to be discussed. Then we may have to start with stream API. Then enum annotation. I will start multi-threading. And then some important new features if we have to learn the important ones which might use in the Spring. We will discuss that. Halt, a break. After the break, Spring classes. Done. You can write name here. You just have to pass name. That's it. Okay. Name. Okay. Average dot name. So I'm getting the, it's undefined. What is that here? It's name only, no? Am I passing name? Yes, I do have name. Oh, sorry. I have to specify what is the type of data, guys. String, no. Okay. Average, I have told. If I have to give age, is it taking? O dot age. Age is also taking, no problem. I'll go back to the complex sorting. I will just give here as O dot O1 dot. I'll go with name. When if it is greater to O1 dot name. Only name you cannot give, guys. Again, because it does not evaluate. If in case means evaluation should come. It should result in true or false. Can you make if in case evaluation part? It's not because of name. It's because of the if case. Because of this, guys. Because whatever you write within the if case, it should evaluate it to true or false. Okay. Where we need to use comparable and comparator. That scenario only I have explained, Pramod. That is what I have explained where we have to use. More than coding, because I have not explained coding here. I have explained where we have to use. If you are sorting only one type of data, only integers, only strings, no problem. But right now with our object, see here, we have multiple options. We have integer also, we have double also. And I want to sort this cricketer object. Sorting the complex objects. I want to sort. So based on what I have to sort, that information I have to give by implementing comparable and comparator interfaces. Is that fine, Pramod? That's the reason I have written 3 different programs here. What is the purpose of comparable and comparator only I have explained. Okay. Now guys, map, if I start, there has to be continuous continuity must be there. Okay. But if I start today, tomorrow will be half, then the class will disturb. Tomorrow only I will start the either map or stream API, either of that concept. In the remaining left out time, I will discuss about the date and time API. Is that fine, every one of you? Can we start that? I will go here and say, I'll give the name of launch date. Quickly, I will discuss. It's very, very important part. Very often I'm going to use it. Launch date 1. All right. Guys, to manage integer type of data, we have int and integer. To manage string type of data, we have string. To manage and string buffer, string builder. To manage every type of data, Java has provided some of the predefined classes, some of the predefined primitive data types. What if to manage the date? For which in Java, we have a date class available, which is present inside util package, also which is present inside SQL package. Whenever you want to use date object for normal operation, go with the utility. Whenever you're using date object to perform JDBC operation, that means connecting your application to database and want to work with date type of data, then you have to implement the date class coming from the SQL package. How they are different from each other, we will understand. Apart from this, from Java 8 or Java 9, we have Java 8 most probably. We have a new API, which is from the Joda.organization, which also called as Joda API. That means a new date and time API came. New date time API. It is present inside a package called as time package. Time package. Now the older one is a part of util package, SQL package. A new date and time API which came, which is developed by Joda API. We also call it as new date and time API. It is present inside the time package. We will explore old what we had and what we have right now. Both of that we will explore quickly. Yes? Everyone? Guys, I'm going to say here new date. New date. And I will take this date. Let me create a reference variable I have created. I have an option to import, guys, date class. Kindly see here, import from SQL package, import from Java util package. I will import this. Yes. Now, please see very carefully. This new date is there. No, from util package, date class of util package will return both date and time of current date and time. If I have to print system.out.println date, see here, if I just have to run this, are you getting it, guys? Current date, time, zone, everything. Yeah, all of you. I will say here date dot. So many methods are there, see, but they are deprecated. See, straight line. Spring is telling there is no security updates for that. Java is telling we will not support that anymore. Don't use this. What is a better approach? We have told Joda API will discuss, but we do have options also. See, get year. Get year. It will give you what year you are in right now. Strike line means deprecated. That's the meaning of it. It is a type of year. You can also get date dot. Get. So many things are there. Day, month, year, whatever you want, you can get it. There is no problem in that. I'll say get the maybe time, or it'll just give you in long milliseconds. Long millisecond. Time in the milliseconds. Long time in milliseconds. If I have to just print it, you just have to print year. System.out.println year. And now I'll print system.out.println time in milliseconds. Time in milliseconds. I'll go and run this. So here we are getting time in milliseconds. We're getting this, but they are not reliable. Why? It is deprecated. Java told from 2016-17 onwards, we have stopped supporting it. I'm using this after 8 years of stop supporting. They may say Java deprecated means Java team trying to say if you use error will not be there, but we will not support. Please change it. Fine. Now, guys, after which I will use the class which is coming from. Let me just comment this up. All of you kindly see here. I'll comment this up. I will use this class. That's the reason I'm telling. It is unreliable. Guys, I want to use it. I'll remove this package. Package also, I'll comment it. I will import right now from the SQL package. SQL package means I'm getting one error in the constructor. That means do we have any zero parameterized constructor in the date class of SQL package? Do we have any zero parameterized constructor in the date class of SQL package? No. You have to pass time in milliseconds. This time you have to pass as a parameter. I will take it. Maybe I'll say here long type of time in millisecond equals to this. This I have to pass. Only then it will give you the date. Okay. Now if I have to give this, everything I'll pass, I will write it here. Now error is gone. If I say system.out.println date, it will return only date based on the time. Only date it will return you. Have you got one basic idea between difference of date of util package, date of SQL package, guys? But is it recommended to use either of these classes? Is it recommended to use either of these classes? Not recommended. Okay. I would like to quickly save. I'll go here and write launch new date and time API. I will say here launch new date time API or date 2. Okay. Now, date and time API, which is new available in my Java. It is from Joda.organization. All that is fine. It is present inside which package, guys? Time package. And you cannot create the object of this using the new. You have to use now method and off method. I will say local date dot now method, static method if I call. Inside the now method, logic is present, which will create the object of date, current date. I will say now. And I will just say here date. If I just have to print system.out.println date. Guys, you can see, guys, local date coming from which package? Java.time package. Before 8, Java 8. From Java alpha beta version, Java 1 version to Java 8 version, we didn't have time package. The time package got introduced in Java 8. Before that, it was not there. Okay, now if I have to print, you can see here, we are getting this date. All of you present in the class? Yeah. You can get many methods are there inside this. Dot. Get the day of a month. Day of a month. Which day it is. What's the name? I will say a day of a month. It is a type of day of month. Day of month. I have stored it. Again, I will say day dot. Get. Get me see none of them are deprecated. Day of a week. Day of a year also, if you want, you can get. Say day of year, day of week, which day of week it is. I will say here integer type day of year. Of course, it is day of year. Are you all getting it, everyone? Integer type of, I'll say here, date dot get month value. Month value. I will say here, integer type of month. Month. I will say here, date dot get year. Get day of the year is also there, year is also there. I will say here, integer type of year. I want to print in my own format. I will say system dot out dot println. I will say here day of month plus in between. I will use this. It's just good readability I'm giving, guys. Printing wise good. That's it. I will say here month plus after which I'll say here year. You can see, guys, all of you, if I just have to print this, I'm getting this in my own format. Yes, no, maybe. If you want, you can pray. No, I don't know which day of the year this is. I'll print. I will just say here, day of year. I will say here, day of year is. Local date is a built method. Yes, these all the built-in class coded by Java team only. Raza. And I have already requested you to watch full Java once. This is all predefined, okay? Everything is predefined. I'll go back here and print it. Java team has coded for us. I will go and run this. Which day of the year right now, guys? 270th day. All of you present in the class? Yes, no, maybe. Everyone. Now, guys, what if I want to store the date and time, not current time? Someone will enter date of birth. I want to set that. For that also there are methods. Local date. Dot off method is there. Off method is there. You can specify however you want. Year, day of the year, int year, month, day of the month, however you want, whichever syntax you want. Are you getting it? I'll go here and specify year, maybe 1994. Maybe I'll say here 3 is the month. Day of the month is 8 March 1994. Okay. I will just go here. Maybe I'll say here date of birth, someone's date of birth. It will generate one local data object, and I will say system dot out dot println du. And if I have to say here, see, you can customize also. You can give your own date of birth also, not a problem. All present in the class? Yes, no, maybe. Every one of you. Like we have local date, we do also have a class called as local time. I'll print it. Local time is also available. I'll go back. How we have local date? No, local time is also there. Dot now method. It will give you the current time. I will say time. It will give you an object of time. Okay. I'll go back. I'll create it. And I'll say system dot out dot println. I will say time. If I have to just run it, you can please consider this. It is giving you hour also, minute also, second also, nanoseconds also. Hour, minute, second, nanoseconds. Current system, Suresh. By using the off method, if you want, you can specify specific time also, not a problem. You can give the time zone also, not a problem. Okay. I will say here time dot get hour, get minute, get nanoseconds, get seconds. All the predefined classes are also there. I'll say get hour. Int is a type of hour. I'll say int is a type of hour. I'll go back here. Time dot get minutes. Get minutes. It'll give me minute. See here, I'll say int is a type of minutes. I will say here time dot get. I'll say here maybe seconds. It'll give me seconds. I will say here int is a type of seconds. And after which I'll say time dot get nanoseconds. Nanoseconds. I will get here Int is a type of nano. And now I'll print system.out.println. I will just say maybe however format you want, whatever you want to print. I will say here R in between. One string value I will add. Plus, if you want, you can perform any operations with this data. Minutes plus. I will say here. Okay. Maybe I'll say here. I will write some words here. That will be great. I will say here minutes, minutes, minutes. And I will say here second plus in between. I'll say here seconds, seconds. I will say here. Okay. I will say nano. I'll say plus one word nanoseconds, nanoseconds. Can we convert current time like IST to EST? Yes, you can do that, Harikishan. You can specify the current time zone also. I'll go back here, guys. If I have to run this, 8 hour, 10 minutes, 21 seconds, 488, this many nanoseconds. That means using these methods, I can get this specific information also. That's the meaning of it. Now, like this, we have this also. Local time dot. If I say now, if I say, guys, you can say clock zone ID you can give. Zone ID also you can give. Okay, you can specify the time. Based on that, it will create a time object. Only now means it will just give you current system time. Like we have local date, local time. No, we have together also. Local date time. Date time. Now, see here. This is a static method. It will give you an object. Inside the now method, the logic is present to create an object. That object is what I'm getting here. And after getting the object using the reference, I'm calling those methods. If I say system.out.println, time date, date and time, whatever you want. You just have to run this. You can see I'm getting time and date both. All right. I'm storing no right now in my variables. How to store in the real time in the database, we will see. We will develop the application. How to work with date and time. We'll take from end user, how to store in the database. We will see to that. Okay, that's very important part, which we may have to see it. I'm going to use these classes only. I'm not teaching right now. Because in my application development classes of Spring Boot, we are going to use these things. Now, guys, if you want to work with date and time, 3 options are available in Java. Which are those 3 options? SQL package date class, util package date class, and time package classes. Local date, local time, local date and time. Out of 3 options, which one you would prefer? Which one is a recommended approach? Time package. Time package classes. Can you create the instance by using new keyword, or we may have to use now? Our static method now, it will create the object for you. If you want to give customized date, will you go with now or will you go with the off method? Now, guys, fundamentally, if you have understood, in my Spring Boot classes, can I use these predefined classes, guys? If it is required, can I use it? I will use local time. If by looking at the local time, you should not say what is happening in the class. That is sufficient. Is that clear to everyone present? All of you? Yes, no, maybe? Now, what is left out? I would like to discuss here. The left out topic is Stream API. So that you can plan your schedules. Then map is also left out. Then enums are left out. Then annotations I have to discuss. Reflection API, in this only I will discuss. And multi-threading is not yet over. Multi-threading. Like this, so many things are there. 1 or 2 important features which might be used in the Spring classes I'm going to use here. Many of them are there. Few I have to discuss. Though we have discussed many, but 1 or 2 important ones. And Java will not end here. Java is an ocean. I can spend 6 months only for Java. It's not recommended. That's it. Okay. File handling in the form of recordings. File handling, JDBC, Servlet, JUnit 5, Hibernate, SQL recordings you will get. And after the 1 week of break, file handling means I only. 1 week of break, I'm going to start Spring Framework. Before Spring Framework, what and all you have to do? Oops, strongest, entire Java only strongest. You have to revise. After which JDBC and Hibernate you have to complete. Okay. After that, I will only tell you complete Servlet JUnit before Spring REST and WebMVC. There is a time for it. But in your break, JDBC, Hibernate is something you may have to complete, because I'm going to discuss Spring Data JDBC, and Spring Data JPA. For this, prerequisite is these two things. Okay. File handling, if you want, you can watch. If it's up to you when you can watch. There's no much prerequisite unless I discuss how to store image in my database from a Spring Data JP application. Till that time, you have a time to complete it. All of you. These are the topic. Break. After this topic, guys, break will be given. After the break, Spring Boot classes will start. Is that fine, everyone present in the class? Yes, no, maybe. So plan is clear. One class for this. Is there any sequence we should record it? Recorded JDBC first, Hibernate, then Servlet is a third, JUnit is a fourth. Before JDBC, what's SQL? SQL plus JDBC plus Hibernate. After which, Servlet, JUnit. JUnit, you have time for 2 months also, because in the RESTful services, I will show you how to test APIs, units, how to use mocking, Mockito. That time I need this. You have to watch. Before Spring WebMVC, from today, 1 month or 1.5 month time is there. In the next 1.5 months, you can complete it. In the next 20 days of time, you have to complete these three. You have 20 more days to complete these three. 20 more days are there to complete these three things. 25 days, you can say. No, after that, we may have Somya. We will add it, Sai. I will ask today, tomorrow it will be added. Okay. Guys, 2 classes here. 1 class. Here, 5 classes. 4 to 5 classes. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Hardly 10 more classes are there. Then break. Most probably 3rd or 4th week of October, we are starting Spring Framework. Is that fine? All of you? Yeah. Okay. So Spring is the part which everyone was waiting, right? At the end of the day, only knowing core Java right now in current situation, is it sufficient? All of you? So it is not at all sufficient. Spring is important. To understand Spring, again, reminder, which concept you should be super good? Which is the concept you should be super good? Without Java, will you dare to attend Spring by thinking that I'll adjust? Will adjustment work there? If you know strong Java, if you don't understand Spring Framework, who is responsible? It's you or me. Instructor is responsible. It's my responsibility. Sir, I'm scared. I'm weak in coding. Don't worry. You just follow Java strongly. I will take care of Spring. Spring is a cakewalk. This class is getting recorded. I'm not running away, except configuration parts. It's a cakewalk. Cakewalk. And this class is getting recorded. After 1 month of Spring classes, I'll ask the same question. Is Spring Framework cakewalk or not? You have to answer. And I'm not running away from anywhere. Guys, day 1 of the class of my Java, what did I say? You might be zero in programming. Allow me 1 or 2 months. You know, you will be knowing everything in Java. Correct? Did I say or not? Those who have attended the classes, at least see every concept you may not be super strong. I understand. Every concept you may not be, what do you say, superstar. I do agree with that. But can I say generally you understood Java, even if you're new into the world of programming? It's easy, right? Java, have you felt so difficult? Except few concepts which you need revision, practice you need. Apart from that, in general, Spring also, Spring will be easier than Java. If you know Java, it's the easier than Java. At least some concepts syntax wise, you have not practiced. You might feel some readability is not there. Generics, upper bound, lower bounds, or maybe the lambdas or anonymous inner class. The syntax is not so familiar. If you don't practice, may look little difficult, only syntax wise. But in Spring, no new syntax we are learning. We are not learning any syntax. We're learning the concepts, how to use the framework, how it is benefiting the Java developers, why people are behind Spring Boot framework. Something is easy there. Spring Boot is not a programming language. So if it is not a programming language, are we learning a new framework? No. We will understand the purpose of framework. We will understand how to talk to Spring framework. It's about how you are communicating with Spring framework. You talking to Spring framework. That communication is what you have to understand. Language, no more syntax, no new syntax. How to talk to Spring framework, get your things done is what all about learning Spring Boot. How to talk to Spring framework and get your things done for you. That's it. Okay. So I'll make it a grateful journey, but for that 20-30 days of time is there. Even if you are new, you can revise all the concepts. From today, 20 days of time is there. You can revise all the concepts, even if you're new to the world of Java. Fine now? So thank you so much for joining me in today's class, guys. We'll meet again tomorrow exactly at 7 a.m. and continue the journey of Java. If you have any questions, stay back. Rest of you can drop from the meeting. Thank you so much, guys, for being with me in today's class. Thank you, every one of you. MySQL, PostgreSQL, H2 database, MongoDB database. Osama. Guys, with the Spring, I will connect H2 in-memory database, MySQL database, PostgreSQL database, and MongoDB. Two-string method, Suresh. What's the purpose of two-string method? Have you understood, first of all? Yes, no, maybe. Then two-string method, if you override, if you print any reference of an object, no. Any reference of an object, if you override the two-string method, it will print, if you don't override, it will print the address of an object. Two-string method is a part of object class. Right now, who is the parent of cricketer, Suresh? Object. So inside the object class, Java team has coded this two-string method, because of which it will print the address of an object. It will print the address of an object. But if you override, I'm giving don't print address, print this variables. So if you override two-string method, if you print the reference variable, no, it will not print the address of an object. It will print the actual data. Understood? Huh? Any more things, guys? Can you give multiple implementations in comparable comparative, meaning I want to sort all variables? No. One by one only you have to give, because it's a predefined. If you want something, then you can write your own logic, because it is a predefined. It's fixed. Predefined methods it is. Can be calculate date of birth to age. Yes, you have to use some business logic on the top of date. Predefined method is not there, Muraza. You can write logic by using the date and time, but predefined method is not there. Which if you just give date of birth, it will give age. No predefined method for this. But you can develop your own logic. No more questions. Yes, no, maybe. Can you explain me comparable and comparator? We have already discussed that, Abhijit. You have to rewatch the video. But since if you want, what is the doubt in that? I'll explain you. If you want whole thing, then rewatch the video. But if you want, if you like, you are trying to understand specific doubt is there in that which you could not understood or created problem in your mind, please do ask me. If not, watch the video. Tomorrow you can ask me. I have rewatched also. This is the point I'm not understanding. I'll explain. If not, now only if you know what is the point you are not understanding, I'll explain you. When can you post DSA videos? It is getting recorded now. But Suresh, as you all know, right now I'm full day taking the Spring Boot batch, 8 days batch. Full day I'm busy there. So where is the time to record? So once this batch is over, I'll resume uploading the remaining videos. Okay, Suresh? Because morning I am in your batch. Okay. Yeah, don't worry, Abhijit. Just get the point. Know what is that point creating the issue so that we can discuss it. It's important. They'll ask in the interview. You have to understand. If you're not understanding, please do ask me in tomorrow's class because in the interview, they will ask what is the difference between comparable and comparator. Okay. We are not calling this two string method. Internally, it will call Suresh. Internally, if you print the reference variable, internally it will call. See here, internally only it will call. Example, for now, I'll just compare all of this. I'll just do this. And Suresh, see here, I will not override the two-string method, okay? I will not override this. See here, I'm not calling no internally. Now, if I print my collection, see, if I print my collection, what am I getting? Hash codes I'm getting. Are you getting this? Address I'm getting. But the moment I override this, internally it will call. Okay. See here, I'm getting the objects. If I want to sort name and age cricketer list, then how to override compare method and compare to method? How to override is same, but that predefined methods you cannot use. You have to develop your own logic. Okay. Predefined methods. This is how you have to do because only two parameters are there here, and you can use only one parameter here. If you want multiple parameters and all, you can develop your own logic. Many sorting and this algorithms available. You can use this and implement your logic. So then was one class topic. Yes. There also, if you want, whatever I've taught now, upper bound, lower bound, wild card, and these things based on the real-time use case of generics in our classes, Spring Boot classes in application development. But generics, again, there are many things if you want to learn by yourself. Okay. Not just generics, even whatever we have discussed, no, the scope is so high. Java is something you can learn for 6 months. But I have kept in mind enough of Java to crack the interviews, enough of Java to be strong in Spring Boot. That is the end goal of this entire Java part. Okay. When should we start reading open source code bases? Please take a session how to understand open source GitHub code bases. First, you should know what code they have written. Example, if you're opening a big project, Spring Boot is used. If you don't even know Spring Boot, can you read that code base? Right now, only core Java. So once understand the Spring Boot, especially the RESTful services. Once REST API part is done in the Spring Boot, you can start reading it. Okay. I'll give you guidance. Because at the end of the day, learning Spring Boot is all about learning REST APIs, how to work with the APIs. It's up to you, Sri Hari Kushore. Here, little more examples, and we will do it in 3 to 4 months of time. There in 8 days, I have done in a fast track way. I'm there in hurry and fast. Okay. It's up to you, your call, based on your need. How far? No, it's time package only we have to use. Earlier, we were using that, but those classes are deprecated. But right now you can go with the time package only. I'm going to use how I will develop an application to store the date and time also in my databases. TR. Not working, Munazza? Working or not working? How's that? If I have to open this, it's working, no? Guys, can you extract the zip file and check if you could be able to open? Anyone in the class? Can you extract the zip file which I have shared and check if it is opening or not? If not, it will be available in your dashboard also, Munazza, okay? In your course dashboard also, it will be available. But for now, can anyone do that favor? I will reshare again if you want, because code files are there. Again, I'm resharing, just cross check once. It is working. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Please do keep revising your concepts and try to elaborate your boundary. Never be specific to whatever is being taught in the classroom duration. We have limitations here. We have time problem and many things. I cannot teach everything. I cannot take 1 year course. That's not possible, right? So, but whatever after understanding your practice with time, by default, few things you'll understand. Okay. Please try to give the time for development. The more code you write, the better developer you are, the confident developer you are. Okay. So thank you so much for being with me in today's class. We'll meet again tomorrow exactly at 7 a.m. and continue this journey. Thank you so much, every one of you.